Hello, and welcome everyone to a game between Sok versus Th000, also known as Samdan, here taking place on Northern Isle. Hey Raynor, how are you doing? Yep, things are, well, already underway. BlizzCon opening ceremony has come and gone, and, well, I was left a little bit disappointed. I think a lot of WarCraft 3 fans were left feeling a bit disappointed as well. And well, that's all there is really to it. I mean, yeah, I'm disappointed. The beta is not nearly as far along as people had originally hoped. I don't know the version of WarCraft 3 that is currently playable. People who had the virtual ticket should be able to start playing in the beta on Tuesday, which is when Blizzard will really be getting back to work, since they're working extra hard today and tomorrow. Also, if you guys haven't checked, a lot of people out there are currently in the beta, because if you have pre-purchased, I would really hope so. I mean, I didn't get the Spoils of War version. I got the normal version, but I bought it back on launch day, which was about a year ago now. Well, yeah, a year ago, last BlizzCon, and now I am in the beta. So all of that announcement aside about Blizzard and all of that, well, let's go back to classic WarCraft 3 Frozen Throne as the Acolyte now moves out across the screen in order to give a little bit of insight and scout out all of this information. All right, one of the things I will note, and then I hope that they fix, is like gold mines and other things on the map. The Fog of War doesn't quite hide it properly in Reforged. It just kind of looks really strange and out of place. I do hope that that is fixed later on. But I want to thank everyone who is taking their time to watch me cast instead of, well, trying to read up on every little thing that Blizzard is going to hopefully be announcing relatively soon. Ogre Warrior going to quickly get taken down right across over here. Null Warden as well, going to pick up a Claws of Attack +6. Nicely done. Meanwhile, back at the opposite end, Th000 has opened up with a Death Knight, clearing out this 3-3-3 creep camp as well. 3-3-3 creep camp with skeletal minions and ghoul just going to work right here. Damage will be done. Meanwhile, Death Knight is going to be playing a little bit of a game of catch-up in terms of experience compared to the Archmage. Archmage should be able to get to level 2 here, but then, well, what's going to happen next? Death Knight already at level 1 has a Rod of Necromancy, has a Gloves of Haste. Those items, well, at least the Gloves of Haste should be given eventually to that Lich, as a, well, Water Elemental actually getting ensnared. A little bit of a good news, as an ensnared unit doesn't get attacked by the AI. And because of that, well, it allows the Water Elemental to continue dishing out more damage. All right, big denial there. Oh, Death Knight picks up the Sentry Wards and places it down, or no, doesn't place one down yet for good measure, as the Water Elemental doesn't continue to engage. There is a little bit of a steal again. Death Knight sitting at, oh no, unable to finish that off. Perhaps he wasn't expecting the additional +6 damage from the Claws of Attack +6. And because of that, it didn't get in a swipe early. And that's one of those things that only really professional players would know. Hey, you know what? Normally the Archmage would not be able to finish off that Water Elemental in one shot like that. I'll wait for the Fireball to hit. Oh, wait. He had Claws of Attack +6. First time I had a chance to catch you streaming. Long time fun of the best WarCraft 3 caster. I guess I am a very fun WarCraft 3 caster. As the Archmage now comes across here, Death Knight purposely aggroing the creeps here, now backing away. What this is going to cause is, well, dropping a Sentry Ward. Death Knight now looking to back up, and you're going to see the units going to try and engage here. Death Knight can easily perhaps get some extra damage here, but the Death Knight has to be very careful. Archmage, oh, Death Coil, unable to finish off that unit. However, the Death Knight does get to level 2. It looks as though some skeletal minions were able to finish off some peasants back inside the base, as the Death Knight, now with faster movement speed, trying to outrun that Archmage. Militia now doing a bit of chasing as well, as the Death Knight, down to 75 hit points, has to be very careful. The Archmage and that additional +6 damage really making a big impact on this game. Town Hall now being constructed. Hello, Crota, my man, never seen better caster. You're the best. Well, thank you. I wish more people thought that way. I wish I had more viewers. But then again, I am very, very grateful for the viewers that I do have. And I do hope that WarCraft 3 does become a bigger mainstay in the overall esports. I don't know if it will really crack the top 5, but if it's up there, if it gets the viewer base it deserves, if it gets even half of the viewers outside of China that it does in China, then that would be a very big deal. Stopping by to say hi. Have a nice day. Well, thank you. I hope you have a nice day as well. Death Knight, sitting at level 2, does pick up another Rod of Necromancy. Now going to perhaps try and do some harassment. Arcane Tower already being upgraded. Footmen are already here as well, and this is going to cause some problems. All right, Crypt Fiend able to do a little bit of damage. Once more, as the Crypt Fiends with that superior range, the Crypt Fiends with that superior range. Oh, Death Knight could be in trouble here. Let's take a look. Are they going to be able to take it down? Death Coil trying to finish off one of those footmen, and it looks as though Th000 is going to be forced to use a Scroll of Town portal at level 2, but it did finish off one key footman. Was it that a good trade though? I do not believe so. Denial of a peasant right there, as a little bit of experience will be had. Death Knight purposely staying on Blight, gonna try and clear out creep camps while the Death Knight is very far away. Death Knight hoping to get some additional hit points. As you can take a look, he's just holding back for as long as possible. We should be also getting in some additional units. Gauntlets of Ogre Strength +3 quickly picked up as the Archmage with those Claws of Attack +6 really dealing a lot more damage than I expected. You can take a look that Death Knight has taken so much damage consistently, as the Lich, well, is now going to be the hero to try and defend against all of this harassment. You're going to see Sock, use this opportunity to keep pressure on and build off of his economic advantage. He is behind in tech. His Town Hall has just gotten about to halfway as the Death Knight tries to stick around. There is a potion of healing, which is incredibly important as well, as Archmage of Sock cannot overstay his welcome. If it does overstay his welcome, well, there it goes. There is that potion of healing. Obsidian Statue is now out onto the field. And with that, the tech advantage of Th000 will allow him to stabilize, as, well, the Death Knight and Lich now finally move out across the field. Back across over here into the center, Skeletal Minions getting in some free damage onto those footmen. The footmen, getting choked up a bit as they try and retreat back. Overall supply count, Sock is at 42 over 54. Meanwhile, we are looking at 36 over 40. One, Water Elemental making its way over as well. Very, slow attack speed and slow movement speed, as well as the ghouls finish that off. Now in comes an engagement. Death Knight, Frost Nova trying to add in more damage as well. Let's take a look. Lich looking to back up here. The Obsidian Statue is not being microed. The Footmen are trying to get a good surround onto some of these Crypt Fiends, as the Archmage could be in trouble. A little bit of a split attack across multiple sides, as the Footmen now trying to get away, as well as the Archmage now in an uncomfortable spot, completely separated from the rest of his own units. Now, this is something that you don't want to be doing. You're constantly chasing units, and by chasing units, your units themselves are not actually dealing damage. Sock has the larger army, but Th000 has been able to constantly and consistently move with his units, and while forcing the other army to chase, allowing his units to turn back around and start attacking. Death Knight gonna finish off a footman right there. Death Knight gonna continue to battle it out. Are we gonna see what's gonna be happening here? Death Knight does not have an easy way out. Skeletal Minions, there goes the Death Knight. Death Knight now falls, and now the Lich could be in trouble. No, Skeletal Minions are there to back him up. Obsidian Statues, Death Knight now back out onto the field as well. Obsidian Statues are here, and Death Knight, well, pretty much gets a free, well, not a free, gets resurrected momentarily, or well, not momentarily, quickly, and now chasing back after all of these units again. Somehow, Sock, even though he has the supply advantage, on the run away, as the Death Knight, well, is back in play. Back down across over here, Skeletal Minions are putting pressure once more. Let's take a look. What is Th000's follow-up strategy gonna be? Resurrecting a hero from the tavern is instantaneous, but it is also a bit expensive. Lich joining in. Death Knight now with a potion of lesser invulnerability gets to level 3. That is gonna be key, as it looks to take down more of these units. also, because there are double obsidian statues, he can actually afford to well, use that death coil offensively to try and get a little bit more experience. All right, let's take a look. Archmage able to run all the way back here. Let's take a look. Extra damage onto that obsidian statue. Death Knight and Lich acting as a little bit of a barrier, but the Lich has to be careful as well. Death Knight has the True Shot aura. True Shot aura should most likely be given to the Crypt Fiends, as the Death Knight may actually end up being out of range from some of his other friendly units off over here. All right, one flying machine overhead scouting out that Death Knight. Meanwhile, the Mountain King and Archmage is lying in wait, ready to pounce on that Death Knight when the time comes. Lich still sitting at level 2, Gauntlets of Ogre Strength +3 and Gloves of Haste. Perhaps the Gauntlets of Ogre Strength +3 should be given to the Death Knight for a little bit more hit points, as we're going to take a quick Death Coil onto the Destroyer, as one Destroyer does change the tide of the battle, but little does he know his opponent, Sock, already has 3 flying machines in the air. With flying machines already in the air, can the Crypt Fiends web them down? No web onto those Crypt Fiends. Only the Lich is really there to try and offer any bit of cover. Destroyer down to 230 hit points. Death Knight gonna come across. There's the Death Coil to try and save Obsidian Statues. And I guess the numbers are just in favor, as the Lich was able to get in extra, or get in some continual hits as well. 46 supply going up against 49. Sock finally taking the supply lead, even though he is still behind economically. Lich on the board at level 3 now. Death Knight sitting at level 3. The bonus damage Lich also needs to get, perhaps, well, there, oh no, it is the Dreadlord. Dreadlord third with the Orb of Corruption. I do believe that will be transferred over to the Lich eventually, but the Orb of Corruption now also able to attack air, and having another anti-air unit to deal with those fly machines is a good call. All right, all coming across here. There was a bit of Devour Magic. You're going to see a sleep onto the Archmage. Archmage could be in trouble here. Archmage going to continue to try and engage. Scroll of Town Portal now being engaged here. Sock going to lose so many units, and while giving so much experience, the Dreadlord already up to, I think he was at 71 experience. That means 210 experience was given to him by the human army, picking off Water Elementals, Footmen before everything really engaged here. Is that Destroyer going to try and devour magic? There is a reveal, making sure there he is. Wow, can't believe managed to caught you live. Well, yes, I am casting a little bit live. I was watching the BlizzCon opening ceremonies, and well, I really expected more information about WarCraft 3 Reforged. I mean, they brought over Witty, they brought over Jonas and all of those guys, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a great time for WarCraft 3, and well, no real big announcement. Almost just like a drop in the bucket. Perhaps they're going to save a big WarCraft 3 announcement if they ever do an event in China, which would make a lot of sense, actually. Coming from an NBA guy, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense if they decided to go about it that route. All right, Forest Troll High Priest. You can take a look. The Death Knight is unable to finish him off, forced to use a Death Coil to finish it off because of the healing and of the auto slow attack. Gives me nightmares of when Lost Temple was changed to a Frozen Throne map, and well, you tried to militia clear your expansion only to see it take forever and a day because of the healing and the frost armor. Ugh. Nightmares as a human player. Anyways, Tracker now coming back across. Sorcerers are in the back as well. A little bit of damage coming across here. We should be looking at some Devour Magic. Meanwhile, let's take a look. Skeletal minions are making their way. Where are you? Oh, nope, not talking to me. All right, let's take a look back down across here. Knights are already out onto the field. They already have the Sundering Blades and also the Animal War Training upgrades. This is off of a single barracks with now a second Arcane Sanctum getting added. Paladin is also out onto the field, just out onto the board, currently with 8 experience, taking down a skeletal minion. Dreadlord going to engage here. Crypt Fiends are here, ready to go. Double Obsidian statues coming across. Lich is going to, well, try and clear up a bit of this. And, well, it's easy to just constantly devour magic for this Destroyer. Get a little bit more experience. Dreadlord picks up a replenishment potion. But right now, this game seems to be a game against the computer. Both sides are just creeping as opposed to trying to engage against each other. All right. I don't know. Using an SM58, my friends always told me like I'm supposed to be like almost spitting right into the mic. Is that true? Is that for like so I don't have to get too loud and you guys can hear me? Does this help? Am I actually too loud? Okay, here I'll turn myself down and try to get closer. Maybe that's the key to saving my voice as well. All right, let's come back across here. Mountain King, Archmage, Paladin making their way through. Spellbreakers are out onto the field. Let's take a look back off to the north. Destroyers going to be able to clear out this Magnetar Reaver creep camp as Sock is sitting at 50 over 90. Meanwhile, let's take a look over here. It is 59 over 70. Th000 does have the army and overall supply advantage as he is setting up an expansion over here on the top left. Obsidian statues are here, ready to go. And Death Knight now also here picking up some extra stuff. And let's take a look. Death Knight is at 4. Lich is at 4. Dreadlord will be getting to 3. So a 4-3-3 combination compared to against a 4-2-1. So Th000 definitely the aggressor, but Flying Machines have actually scouted out this expansion here, and now things can go from bad to worse. Dreadlord has in fact transferred that Orb of Corruption over, and that expansion is, well, pretty much already scouted out. What is the Lich gonna do? Why is the Death Knight still holding onto the True Shot Aura? All very good questions, which I wish that I had answers to. Back across here, Archmage, Paladin, Mountain King here, ready to go. 11:44. Are you in Alaska or Hawaii, Entropy? Or are you talking about 11:44 p.m.? Anyways, oh yeah, 23:44. There you go. Destroyer's now going to go ahead and engage Frost Nova across multiple peasants as damage is being done to the Town Hall. Sock's expansion is in trouble. Meanwhile, guard towers are being placed down. Tome of Intelligence +2 being left behind. Not quite sure what that is about as Flying Machines are off over here. All right, Abominations now making their way over. Death Knight can easily pick this up, or perhaps the Lich. Are we going to get some easy kills once more to try and finish that up here? Let's take a look as the Abomination purposely just getting in the way to cause a bit more problems. Peasant going to end up getting taken down. One more shot should do it. There it goes. Blight has been established here. We're going to be looking at additional Ziggurats getting landed down. No real reason to pick up a Tome of Intelligence. Mana not important on a hero. Or it could just be a visual bug. As we're looking at the Destroyers, Destroyers, Lich, Death Knight, all here ready to go. All right, Carrion Swarm. Carrion. Is that the Carrion Swarm? Yeah, it's Carrion Swarm versus Locust Swarm, right? That's what I'm trying to remember. All right, we could be looking at another Carrion Swarm right there, eating through all of those peasants once more. And the Carrion Swarm also very effective against those Flying Machines. Webbing now taking them down. Crypt Fiends are going to be taking bonus damage from those Knights as Mortar Teams are just able to demolish that back line. This has been a new introduction, or a good introduction, into the human versus undead matchup. Being able to have Mortar Teams lob over and attack the Banshees, but also sometimes get into those Obsidian statues as well. There's always going to be units in the back cannot afford to take that much damage, as the Flying Machines now looking to back up here. All right, 2 Flying Machines, very low on health. Guard towers, well, plenty of health in them, and there is no, well, meat wagons to engage against those units there. They are close enough to take a large amount of splash damage against each other, but there isn't enough Obsidian statues and Destroyers to really capitalize on that as of yet. On top of that, Sock is expanding over here to the bottom right-hand side of the map. So it will be soon 3 bases to 2, and then once again 2 bases back to 1. Wait, no, I take it back. This gold mine only has 4 minutes left. This new gold, okay, I can't tell how much gold. Okay, 8,000 gold left in that gold mine there, as we're going to see engagements still happening. Sock now up to, well, on the precipice of high upkeep. Same thing for Th000. Th000 has apply to go. Lich is here, ready to go. Death Knight is here, ready to go. So it's still a 4-4-3 compared to, well, a 2. And, oh, wow, Flying Machines just getting shot out of the air right there. That is a big deal. Paladin up in that front line. Divine Shield now being used as the units are now perhaps going to try and pull back. All right, Flying Machines going to try and engage. They do have a good amount of armor, as you're going to take a look at the Flying Machines still making their way through. All right, big Frost Nova onto the back line. Really not going anywhere with that, though, as the Crypt Fiends are still trying to push through a lot of damage. All right, I believe the carry-on swarm hit a little bit more times. Death Knight now needs to get back. Death Knight is in an uncomfortable spot. Oh, I thought there was a death coil. Maybe it was onto the Abomination. I thought it was trying to get the Paladin, but unable to do exactly that. Another low hit point Abomination down to 106 hit points. It looks like it will get taken down. Death coil was still on cooldown there. All right, one very low Abomination. Is it going to end up getting focused down? Yes, Orb of Fire making it so difficult as Sok using those new, that new Orb of Fire effect to great effect. Death Knight finally gets to level 5. Destroyer also has that negative, fire, well, debuff, making it harder for him to stay alive even with heals as the flying machines are still looking to engage. Abomination's chasing back the other way. Scroll of Town Portal finally being used, trying to pick off a handful of units, and it looks like it will be able to do exactly that. There is a knight right there. Is it just going to end up taking town? Yes, it is, giving level 4 to the Dreadlord. Just watched my Fire Lord as second hero. I was thinking either Fire Lord and or the Beastmaster. Beastmaster is your more typical Sky Tier 2 push, but I wanted to actually take a look at all of the new art assets. All right, Death Knight taking a big Stormbolt. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability used in time, will be able to stay alive. Units are now trying to back up once again. Death Knight now needs to stay in the very far back. Meanwhile, Dreadlord uses a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. He's going to be able to stay alive. Mortar teams are in the back trying to shell shock down the Obsidian statues. There goes a Banshee right there as the Death Knight going to continue to engage. It doesn't matter if you miss a Banshee, since the actual animation explodes right next to it. You pretty much still take a large amount of that damage. Obsidian statues now heading back off to the top right here. Priest, Spellbreakers, Mortar teams looking to pull back again. Death Knight now looking to engage, and it looks like, well, one Knight could have a very, very bad day, already down to 371 hit points and dropping rather quickly as it is, well, it is finally getting healed. All right, that disease cloud does negate much of any natural healing. 73 supply compared to 78 right now. Main gold mines, only a couple more seconds are left. 40 seconds, 50 seconds. Then both players will be dropping, well, pretty much one gold mine. Let's take a look. Destroyer now making their way over. And can we say how surprising it is that even though Sok has such a large economic advantage, we are still even in terms of overall army sizes and advantages. Hero advantage actually in favor of the Undead, perhaps taking the top opportunity and time to creep out as the Death Knight is now, well, venturing very deep inside the base. Mountain King looking to engage. Paladin only sitting at level 2. Anti-magic shell protects from damage, but not the stun. As you're going to see, well, a beautiful Staff of Sanctuary. Sok has been able to sanctuary many knights here to try and keep them alive, as we are now looking at flying machines getting taken out rather quickly. Abomination, is it about to get taken down? Yes, it will as well. A Dreadlord with Frost Armor trying to stay alive again and continuing to do much of that damage. Knights going straight after that backline Crypt Fiend, able to do a little bit of damage once more as the Mountain King looking to push through. All right, Staff of Sanctuary saves another unit. Is there multiple Staffs of Sanctuary? Yes, there are. Sok with 3 Staffs of Sanctuary constantly has been able to save low hit point units and, well, deny a lot of experience. Mountain King sitting at level 3 here. Units are now trying to back up. Let's take a look how many, 3 knights are currently back at home. That is 12 supply. And not to mention how many hit point or how many experience that you were able to deny from your opponent. All right, this is bad news for that Dreadlord. Dreadlord already being forced to back up. Talisman of Evasion coupled with Ring of Protection gives him a lot of natural natural damage reduction as Sok sits at 73 now. All right, it is now 2 bases compared to 1. Both sides looking to fight this out. I do not believe that Th000 knows about this base over here to the bottom right, as we're still looking to engage a little bit further. Obsidian statues, Crypt Fiends, Banshees, all of these units now making their way back through. Let's take a look. 76 supply compared to, well, I should click on here. 76 supply compared to 74. Still pretty much even right now. Dreadlord sitting at level 4. Paladin is sitting at level 2, almost level 3. And, well, Archmage is sitting at 4, almost 5. It's almost going to be an effect of dominoes. Which player is going to be able to get that early bit of experience and then turn that into a hero level advantage? And once you turn that into a hero level advantage, well, what's going to be happening next? Lich is level 5. Death Knight is level 5. Level 3 Death Coil. Level 3 Frost Nova. Extremely scary. Nothing you really want to try and engage against, as the Archmage now sits at level 5 as well. Sock, Sundering Blades, almost fully upgraded Knights. Priest are down onto the field. Also has Inner Fire here ready to go. Militia going to be joining in on the fight. And perhaps you can intercept any new unit that may be trying to rejoin up with this army. Acolytes about to transition over. Mortar Team's going to find this here. And here you go into a battle. All right, Priests are already back across over here. The Acolytes may be trying to engage. Webbing now downing across multiple fly machines as the Destroyers trying to figure out their footing to engage. All right, big Frost Nova slowing down the Knights. Slow Knights mean that they end up taking more damage to get to their targets, which is a definite downside. Acolytes joining in on the fight. Mortar Team's going to be able to finish many of them off, but the splash damage may also be too much. All right, Staff of Sanctuary saves a unit. That unit was not that low. I believe that was another Staff of Sanctuary. Are we going to see another Staff of Sanctuary? No, I believe that was one dead Knight. Are we going to see another? Nope. All right, so 3 more Knights were saved once again. One of them perhaps a little prematurely, as the Destroyers are going to town after all of these units. Just because you save a Knight doesn't mean that you don't feel the loss of that Knight, though, as the Paladin now gets taken out. Dreadlord is now finally at 5. We're at 555 coming across, as the Acolytes making their way over and saying, you know what, I'm going to haunt this gold mine just because you haven't done anything as of yet. Sock gonna end up losing this expansion. This expansion is already gone, and with only, what is that, with only 9 times 6, 9 times 5, 4 divided by 6, 8, about 7.5 minutes left of mining at that base over here on the bottom right. We could lose a large amount of gold. All right, let's take a look. 62 supply. Where are all of these units trying to go to next? Crypt Fiends are 3-0 upgraded. Now, Archmage, triple Staff of Sanctuary. Are we getting more Knights healed? Yes, I believe the Staff of Sanctuary, it is all here ready to go. That Knight really should already be Staff of Sanctuary. It's going to get focused down so quickly as the Destroyers are here, well, trying to finish off the flying machines before the flying machines finish off the Destroyers. Both sides dishing out major damage. Archmage, using the Scroll of Town Portal, will be heading back, and there it goes, able to teleport out after, well, taking out that gold mine. This haunted gold mine, about 3/4 of the way done. It is 1 base to 0 right now. 1 abomination, just trying to finish off some units. Is it going to be able to finish off anything? Yeah, takes down another unit and takes down all of the peasants. That was actually a large amount of micro by Th000 to make sure that the splash damage coupled with his own disease cloud would finish off his opponent's units. That's actually absolutely brilliant. Right there. Let's take a look at the supply advantage now. 65 compared to 51. Sock definitely behind now. He has had a commanding lead throughout much of this matchup, and now, well, it seems to have flipped. All right, Destroyer is going to look to finish off some of these ground units. Let's take a look. Fly Machine trying to take down a Destroyer. Destroyer looks like it will quickly get taken down, but not before the remaining Destroyers are also lost as well. Dreadlord, more units are here, ready to engage. There goes another Flying Machine, more damage. There's a sleep onto a Mountain King, as the Mountain King could end up getting taken out. No Staff of Sanctuary saves, as now the Archmage is now by his lonesome self. Archmage will get taken down. And there goes Sock with the GG. Hero score being the major difference between Sock and Th000. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.